I'm Garrett with Last Breath Media, and today we're going to unbox and talk about Moultrie's brand new mobile camera, the XA7000i. Before we rip this open and dive into it, they also have an XV7000i, and there are no differences in the functionality or the format of the camera other than the XA is going to use AT&T service. The XV is going to use Verizon service. So depending on your area, which has a better provider and better service, is going to depend on which one you choose. But other than that, let's pop it open, pull it out of the box, and talk about this brand new mobile camera. First, you will find your tree strap that comes with them. There is the camera itself, and then there is a decal. Throw that on your truck, on your bow case, gun case. You have an extended warranty offer. Make sure you register your camera and take advantage of that. And lastly is your user's manual. You'll find that this is a pretty short manual, and that's because this camera is very simple to use. Now, I'm going to discard this box, but before we do that, there's a great big yellow sticker that comes with these. The brand new cameras come with a $50 mail-in rebate. So for the working class guys like me and my team, this is a big advantage. That makes these cameras less than $130 to have a completely wireless cell camera delivered to your door. You're going to want to make sure and take advantage of that $50 mail-in rebate. When we dive into the camera here, the first thing that I want to note is that this is an internal antenna device. I've used multiple cameras and cell cameras and cell modems in the past, and they all have an external antenna. The nice thing about the internal antenna is that there's just way less opportunity for any type of water or ants, any type of corrosive materials that could enter the camera body and potentially inhibit its ability to work. So with it being an internalized antenna, I think that's a big win for this camera system. It's going to add longevity to the camera itself. The other thing is they're using one of my favorite camo patterns, the tree bark camo pattern. When you put this on a tree, especially in the Midwest, it just seems to dissolve into the bark itself, becomes nearly invisible. You'll also find that there's an incorporated cable strap tie right into the actual frame of the camera, and the location of this is really big. So you'd use your tree strap to adhere to a tree, and then if you use a cable strap, a bicycle lock or a cable lock, it's going to do two things in one. It's going to A, secure to your tree and leave it there where it can't get tampered with or stolen. But lastly, it's going to actually seal your device as well, so somebody can't go in there and pop off the SD card or try to turn it off or mess with it as any of the functions in it as well. Specs on the camera is this is a 20 megapixel camera. It's got an 80-foot invisible flash range and a 0.3 second trigger speed. So the actual guts of the camera actually make this thing work really well. You're gonna have clean, crisp imagery. You're gonna have plenty of infrared flash range at night, and you're gonna have a nice fast trigger speed. We're gonna pop it open, look at the insides, and go over what the internals look like. So you'll see that it's operated by 12 AA batteries here, and then you'll see that it's a very minimalistic, I guess, menu here. It runs off of one SD card, needs to be a minimum of 8 gigabytes in size and a class 10. But other than that, there's just a couple buttons, an on-off switch, and that's it. They've really simplified this design to where you do almost all of your programming with your mobile device. So a tablet, a laptop, or your cell phone is going to program the settings, date and time, camera settings, photo quality, etc., all done with your mobile app. So we're going to load this thing up, dive into it, and I'll go over what these LED indicators mean and start playing with this thing. Like I was saying, 12 AA batteries. Before I put these in, these are Moultrie alkaline batteries. They work really well, but I would even recommend taking it to another level and using a lithium photo battery. We typically put in Energizer lithium batteries, and the reason being is that these cameras use a lot of juice. They're constantly communicating with the towers and sending signal from the camera to the tower and then to your phone. And if you use a really good quality lithium battery, you're just gonna have more longevity out of your camera, and it's really gonna kind of serve the purpose that you want of essentially staying in the field as long as it can without you disrupting the camera or the camera site. But for today, we're gonna use some alkaline batteries. We're gonna get this thing loaded up and get it taken care of. I think I jumped the gun a little bit. I got an SD card in there, but I'm gonna pop that out and show you where it goes. Again, class 10 SD card, minimum of 8 gigabytes. The label side of your SD card is going to go right here. So it's going to go towards the center of the camera. You pop that in, and then you're going to flick this on. So the on-off button, super simple. It's literally on or off. And then you have 4 LED indicators here. You have a signal, a battery, an SD card, and a server. There's either going to be a green, a yellow, or a red LED indicator giving you the functionality of the camera. So when you set this up, you literally switch it on. You have 2 buttons that are internally here, and then the LED indicators, if they're not all green, you got to do some tweaking before you leave it and let it soak. We've got it loaded up, and I want to talk to you about how to format your SD card. Now, before we get into anything, you're going to see that the server is red. That's because I don't have this camera hooked up to a Moultrie Mobile app or a user yet, so discard that color there. But you're going to turn it off, and to format your SD card, to make sure that it works, let's say you put it in, you're getting a yellow light or you're getting a red light, you're going to put the camera card in first, you're going to turn it on, and then you're going to hold the SD card button down until you see that it flashes yellow. So if you continue to hold after you turn it on, it'll flash yellow like it is right there. It's formatting the card. The SD card goes green. Your card is now formatted and it's ready for the mobile system to be able to function and use it. And you're not going to have any issues with your card. Again, very simple. It's also in your user manual, but you put it in immediately after powering it on. You hold your SD card button until it flashes yellow. Let go. It's going to format your card and be fine. We've gone over the camera, the specifications, the $50 mail-in rebate. We've got it loaded up with batteries and have an SD card in here that's formatted. We're going to back up a couple steps because one of the first things you're going to need to do is get yourself a Moultrie Mobile account and download the mobile app. So on your desktop, you're going to go to your browser. We prefer Chrome. Open it up and you're going to go to MoultrieMobile.com. MoultrieMobile.com. And from here, it's going to bring it up, and you are going to need to create a new account, register a new account. And click on this, it's going to prompt you to fill in your information. You're going to have your first, last name, your address, and a primary phone number. Enter this in here. Booner Lane in Rack City. Okay, now that we're going to enter in this fake account just to show you guys how it's set up, you click through to the next tab. Here you're going to put in your email information. This is required. You do need to have a valid email so that you can utilize this both on your phone and on your tablet. Even if you're not going to use it on a laptop or on a tablet and primarily with your cell phone, you still need to have a valid email address so that most importantly you can get your confirmation email and get it sent back to you. You've got a couple security questions in case you forget your password here. And what city were you born in? Pope in Youngsville. You got to agree to the terms and conditions, register your account, and from here you will see you're not done. What this does is it kicks a confirmation email link back to you. You need to go to your email and confirm that. Okay, so you've signed up for your account. Now you're going to log into it. I'm going to log into mine to show you guys. Signed in after you've authorized it with the confirmation email. Then you're going to go to your credit card information, and here you're going to input your payment information. This is what's going to allow you to have your monthly service on your modem or your camera. From there, you can then activate your device. Now you can do it on your laptop or tablet, or if you use the phone, as said in the video, there's a barcode scanner that you can use to automatically upload your serial number and your modem ID. From here too, you'll be able to manage your devices and view your cameras, but by far the coolest thing about this is your catalog of pictures. So if you look here, this is just some of the ones that we've saved through the seasons, and you can see some of the deer that we've passed or that we've targeted and so on and so forth in the past. Other than that, you are going to love this. You're going to have an instant upload, a catalog of all your deer, bucks, does, what's going on your farms in real time, whenever you need it. Once you have an account set up, you'll need to actually add your device. Conveniently under the app, if you're using a cell phone, you open up your device and at the very top is Activate Device. You're going to click on that and it's going to bring you to the next screen. You can enter in your mobile device or modem manually, but they've incorporated a barcode scanner. Hit scan, there's a small red line that flashes there. The top barcode is the one you're going to want to scan. And as soon as it hits it, boom, it picks it up and it's going to put in there your serial number and your mobile ID just like that. A really cool feature that they've added into this system that makes it even more hassle-free. This camera is going to do a lot of things for you as a hunter and an outdoorsman. It's stout, it's well built, it comes with a 2-year warranty. And if you want to look into this more, check them out at moultriemobile.com.